Well, hello everyone. Welcome back, and if it's your first time, welcome in. I am wanting to share my journey with you, and I hope that we all get something out of this, out of being honest, out of telling each other what's going on. So this is what's going on with me. I want to tell you where I'm heading, at least where I hope I'm heading in the DeFi space. Okay, so I am going to share my screen with you so that you can So here I'm sharing my screen with you so you can see the notes that I've taken for this. Because what I am doing is I'm preparing for my run, which I hope is going to be a great run. Of course, why did any of us do this? For greatness, right? And so I watch a lot of sports, especially love the NFL. And one other thing about NFL is the following. Most rookie quarterbacks are not amazing their first year. You hope to see by November of their second year that they do have the it factor. So, how does this relate to me? It will be spring 2023 if I'm going to follow that same type of model. I'm going to see if I am learning this game properly. Spring of 2023. That's the bottom line. I have to learn from my mistakes and do better. I can make no excuses. I'm not going to get on chats and discords and tell the developers that they took my money and they ran off with my money when the projects fail, or, you got to just move on. All right? Hit delete, quietly walk away and live to see another day. Biggest lesson for me is I need to mitigate risk. Okay? That's something I did horribly my first 6 months. And I totally face planted. It was in the middle of a bull market. Well, actually, I think at the tail of a bull market, because I threw a whole bunch of money at a whole bunch of projects that all of them went down to the right. Not up to the right, down to the right. Everything went down to the right. So I've got nowhere but up to go in so many of these. So the other thing that I'm going to do is just go way more safe. Okay, less degen plays, less getting into projects right when they first start, less getting into projects without looking at the price action of where they are. Okay, so time to play small ball. I don't mind compounding and checking my accounts daily, but I'm going to do more claiming as well. Okay, so yes, my solid plays right now. Animal Farm. At least, these are as solid as I can determine for myself. This is not financial advice for you. I'm not a financial advisor, of course. Do your own research and, invest at your own risk. And the deal is that, you'll hear people say, only invest as much as you can afford to lose. Even if it's $100 and you lose it, it feels like crap. So just know that. Just know that losing actually feels worse psychologically than gaining. So you're going to have to deal with some losses, most likely. All investors do. I am just going to work hard on mitigating risk, risking less capital, and learning how to play this game better so that I can make profits. Okay, one of those things is to claim more often when the protocol allows me to claim. Claiming on time instead of thinking I'm going to compound into wealth into that one protocol, and then I'm going to just start taking my claims after 6 months or something like that. The project might not be around by then. High chance it won't be around. So get your ROI out, get my ROI out, and then work on pure profits. Okay? So I've got some stakes in the pig pen. They've slowed down quite a bit, but I've sold and taken my claims and so forth. Okay, I've got oh, this is my smaller wallet. So I've got a couple of wallets going, and I've got several in the piggy bank, and I'm working into the dog pound, into the farms. I added some liquidity of dogs, and I've got, let's see, how much do I have? I have 2.7 million plants grown. I started with 241 plants, so I've compounded into 2.7 million. They're not worth a whole heck of a lot now, but the trickling theory is that it just continues to bring in some money over time, over time, over time. That's the way this game works. This is for patience. The animal farm ecosystem. I'm also going to start to invest into the. It's funny to say invest when it comes to crypto and DeFi. It's hard to say invest. I feel like it's gambling at all times. And I'm not trying to disparage anything or anybody, but after a year, it's risky, folks. And I'm just going to highlight the risks, and hopefully that'll help some of you make some more slow decisions, more than what I did. Man, I just got all excited. People were making money left and right and reporting and even putting it on their thumbnails, how much they're making per month in each protocol. And I don't disrespect that either, but what it did to me was it got me overly excited. I just started acting like a kid at Disneyland, where I just felt like, oh, I'm in, I've got a ticket, and I can just go run and ride on every ride, and it's just going to work out. But unlike Disneyland, there's a price to pay when something goes wrong. Thank God things don't go wrong when you just ride on rides at Disneyland, But here, don't treat this like it's an amusement park, because it is not. It's not fun when things go wrong and you lose your money. And so play it smart. So here's Elephant Money Farms. I'm going to continue to claim my trunk, and I'm going to pair it with BUSD, and I'm going to do some farming here in the Elephant Money Farms. The ecosystem continues to grow. The community continues to stay strong. Those are important keys to my wanting to be in any of these, is when I hear people speaking positively and the developers are very solid on how they are continuing to work on their project. So I'm going to pair some BUSD with trunk, and I'm going to stake it into this pool here. I'm going to buy some cake, and I'm going to stake it into here. I'm also going to do some staking on Pancake Swap, and that is another strategy that I'm going to use. Okay. So I dipped my toe into Prosperity Gym Ventures right before they closed their doors, meaning no more investors. I also heard today they're actually not taking any more deposits, which I'm going to look more into that. But that means my little bit that I put in is all that I can put in. So now I'm FOMOing into the fact that it's only a little bit. But that's the way it goes. Because in the past, I would put in a whole bunch, and then then if things didn't work out, that was a whole bunch of money. So what I want to do now is just put in a little into these projects and learn them, and then add to them as they continue to grow. So that's the way it goes, Also put some into momentum and continuing to learn, and ever earn, continuing to learn into that. I did a video on Stable Fun a while ago, and it it had problems right after that. So I voted myself. I opted to get a refund, which I haven't received it yet, but I'm not going on to Discord, no, on to Telegram and asking when I'm going to get it. I'm just waiting patiently because it's supposed to come. So we'll see. I'm going to take that money and I'm just going to do some staking into some of these other projects that are working out, which GMX and GLP, really solid way to just earn some yield off of trading fees and so forth. I got into Wealth Mountain and they I can't describe it, but they kind of had to pause their project, and so my money is just sitting there, and the next time they do their payout will be January 16th. Yield Nodes has been working on a major change, a major evolution, so my money is just sitting there waiting for all of that. I'm also wanting to learn about how to do some trading bots with Pionex. And part of what I want to do is I like to be active. I want to be in this every day. I know this is, so much of this is geared toward passive income, but I'm a person. I want to work. I want to work on this stuff every day. I don't want to just sit and hope things. I want to have an active hand in it. So I am going to do some trading bots on Pionex. It looks like a steep learning curve, so I'm going to have to stick my head in it, and I'm going to do some videos on that and tell you how it goes, if I can figure out how to explain on those videos. And some other trading bots that I'm going to be involved with is Funds and Novatech. They've been going for such a long time. I just have to see what happens as I go in, because they've been paying consistently and you can't find anyone who says that it has not worked for them. So I'm going to see what happens with that. Okay? So that being said, I want to give a shout out to some YouTubers who have been helpful, great in the space. Thank you so much, you guys. Mike the Investor, I've been watching your videos recently. I'm a new subscriber, and I really appreciate your approach. And I look forward to everything that you have going on, and I hope we kind of get to know each other over time. And James Pelton, you just keep on going. You're like the Energizer Bunny. You're a light in a dark place. I appreciate that as well. You're willing to take the criticism that comes with that, with working on and trying to be a godly man, in this side of heaven. So it's not easy, and I respect that. With that being said, we are going to keep being the light, and we are going to keep being the salt. FUD Farm. Look at that. I said Fun Farm. FUD Farm. You're just a real dude, and I do appreciate how you make that shift into saying, I am going to highlight the risks. I'm going to emphasize the risks of this, because that's the way we should be doing these things. And so that way we're going in, or if anybody is doing a project based on you talking about it, you've talked about it from the risk side of things, and that makes a lot of sense. Okay. And Crypto Talk being a stuntman, you going after it. Now I know there's so many of you YouTubers out there. Jesse Eckel. Jesse Eckel. Your friend Andy. Jake Crypto. Lazy Boy Crypto. Thank you very much, all of you. Some of you, you all are just folks. I know there's so many out there, but you are folks that I enjoy focusing on. I like your approach in your videos. Okay, Scott the Investor. Thank you guys. Thank you all for highlighting what's positive, and we all need to keep pushing things forward. So until next time, you keep planting seeds, enlarge your territory. Take care. God bless you.